Yo,
Yo, there we go.
I don't know what was going on there, man. I just literally pressed live and I couldn't see myself on the screen.
Yeah, it just went blank.
Yeah, I thought so, but yeah, all good, man. Let's hope it's a better one compared to last week. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. But big up, man. How you been? You been alright?
Yeah, I'm good, man. What about you?
Yeah, all good, man. All good. Yeah, just obviously just still here, man. Just still putting the work in, just trying to get the content out. And yeah, I'm enjoying it, man. I'm enjoying it. I've had a mad couple of days. I had to get my MOT and service done this morning. But
Uh-huh.
I had it
All
booked in
good?
for yesterday, so I couldn't even do a
You
morning
couldn't do it.
stream
Yeah.
today and yesterday. And then you know the ones where you're thinking, I know it's bank holiday, but you get a you get a text saying
Are
to
you
make sure
out?
you're coming down, 15 minutes early. And in my head, I'm thinking, nah, surely not, man. I must be like he can't like they must be in. I get
Yeah.
down there, I phone the guy, and the guy's telling me, yeah, he's got no workers today. And I was like, I've drove about what 40 minutes,
Fucking
and I'm
hell.
like, nah, man, can't believe this. So I had to just come all the way back, and then obviously go and do the same journey this morning. So
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's
but no,
annoying.
apart from that, man, just same old, man. Just had a rant the other day, man. Yeah, listen, it was crazy, man. Obviously, some of them in the chat. Big up to the chat as well. Big up to Arsenal and Pakistan cricket team. Big up to Sham as well. Obviously, some of them guys were in there, and yeah, they would have seen the meltdown, man. Because
Is it gone?
bro, you know what it is now. Yeah, you see me. Yeah, I've been saying this since the start of the season, pre-season, last season. This manager's an absolute disgrace, man, and I'm not gonna change my mind. So
Yeah.
yeah, but big up to the chat, man. Big up yourselves, guys, each and every time. As I said, guys, make sure your comments and your questions keep coming in. And as I said, we're gonna discuss some important things. Obviously, Jonas, massive Liverpool fan, so we're gonna get into that game yesterday because it's just what Liverpool do, man. Unfortunately, I watched that game, yeah, and I was thinking the fact that Newcastle come back 2-2. I'm thinking, you know what? I don't know why, but I can still see Liverpool winning the game. And who would have thought, man? Who would have thought? But listen, I think 3 points in the end. They haven't played great, but we'll get onto that in a bit. But bro, let me know what you think about this game against Fulham, Man United, Fulham, and let me know what your take was on it.
So I'll be honest.
Hmm.
I think personally, going forward,
Yeah.
you look a lot stronger. You do
Hmm.
look a lot stronger. And I
Yeah.
think I think you're going in the right direction. They just need to drop Bruno out. I don't know why Bruno's still in.
Hmm.
And that's my honest opinion. Honestly, I don't think it's bad, but I think he needs to take the courage to turn
Yeah.
around and go. It needs. He needs either. So it's like we were talking, not to go on about Arsenal, but we're talking about Arsenal, and the reason Arsenal will never win anything is because
Hmm.
they don't take risks.
Yeah.
So in order for him to become better, in order for Amorim to become better, he needs to take a risk and go, Bruno, I'm going to leave you out of this game. I've tried you
Hmm.
for the last 6, 7 games. It's not working. Let me drop you out. Let me try something different. But for some reason, it's like nobody's willing to take that risk and go, okay, cool. Bruno's the captain or whatever else. Forget all of that. That's done now. Like you need
Hmm.
to drop him out and you need to bring someone else in that's going to change the game. That plays into that system style because he's
Yeah.
not a system player. He's a luxury player, and that's what Bruno
Hmm.
is. He's a luxury. There's certain players that are luxury. He's a luxury player. You can't afford to have him.
Yeah.
You can't afford to have him on that pitch when you want to go and win these games.
Hmm.
So, in my head, personally, I drop him because going forward, you look brilliant. Mason Mount's playing well. Cunha's doing well. And Buemo's doing well. Like they're doing the right things. They're in the right position. Like
Hmm.
for me, the ball from Bayern there to Cunha when he brought it down,
Yeah. Yeah. Great bit of
brilliant.
skill. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
If
But
I'm
again,
being critical though, he should have finished it because it's all
yeah,
well and good doing
yeah,
that. You got to be
yeah.
clinical. You know what I mean?
1-on-1, he should be finishing that.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah, I agree.
and it's not like I know people go, oh, yeah, but it's 50. No. I don't care what you say. You bring it down like that, either side of the keeper, he's in problems.
Mm.
Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Or try and dink it over. I don't mind that. But again,
Yeah.
you want someone that's bread and butter for a striker. And if he's not a striker, why is Sesko not on the pitch?
Bro, you know what? You know what? Yeah, I don't even know where to start with this because, as I said, man, I had my rant the other night off straight after the game, and first things first, yeah. Let's start with the positives. Yeah, the positives are Man United have one of the best players in the league in Matthias Cunha, and he's going to be someone, and I keep saying this, he's going to be someone that's going to get very frustrated this season with the team.
Yeah,
But I trust him to dig United out of holes with his quality, because the way
yeah,
he brought down that ball from Bayern there, was
yeah,
nothing short of like that was world class. That you know what I mean.
yeah, yeah,
The problem that I have is that he didn't finish it off, and it's like you can't be doing that, bringing it down and then not finishing. As critical as that might sound, yeah. But these are the fine lines in football. I
yeah,
remember the same thing happened when Mitoma brought the ball down, and
yeah,
remember he finished it off. So these are the kind of things that I need to see Cunha do. But to
yeah,
be honest with you, I've not got a problem with Cunha because Cunha's going to come good regardless of who's in charge at this club. Because he's just
yeah,
got quality about him. Brian Mbuemo, Mbuemo still looks a bit rusty to me, but obviously we've seen what Mbuemo can do in this league, so I've got
yeah,
no issues with Mbuemo long term. So I just think once he gets up to speed, um, yeah, we can see the best of both Mbuemo and Cunha.
yeah,
Matthias de Ligt and Lenny Yoro for me, these two are the key two central defenders in the club. And again, I'd much prefer seeing both of them playing a four personally. But you're looking at Lenny Yoro for me is a generational defender. Matthias de Ligt for me is one of the best defenders in the league, and he's the real captain for me. Him and Casemiro are the two captains for me at Man United, not Bruno Fernandes.
yeah,
And I think looking at those four players, those are the four players I look at right now and say, do you know what? I'm happy with them four. You know. But now we get into negatives, and let me tell you now, this man just got loads. Yeah. First and foremost, yeah, Amad Diallo. And, I'm going to keep saying this because the fact that we have to watch Ahmad play as a wing back in this system is an absolute joke. The guy's probably United's most talented player, yeah? But because he's got an engine and because of this fucking system, we're having to watch Ahmad do doggies, you know what I mean? Up and down the
yeah,
pitch. And then when he does get the ball, the guy's tired, yeah? And I said before the game, I said, Amorim's going to start Ahmad. He will start Ahmad because he knows if he leaves Ahmad on the bench for the second game running, he's going to risk the backlash of the fans because Ahmad's a fan favorite, and
yeah,
there's people out there that don't rate Dallo, and um, and Dallo needs to and obviously people don't think Dallo should be at the club still. But what he did is that he knew he couldn't bench Ahmad again, but his substitution of Ahmad was pre-planned. He was always taking Ahmad off. It was a case of I'm going to start Ahmad to keep the fans off my back, and then I'm going to bring on Dallo, who's his love child anyway, and play him. You see
yeah,
what I mean? So
yeah,
those are the first things we've got to watch Ahmad in his system play as a wing back. Secondly, yeah, um, Mason Mount. Yeah, let's go on to Mason Mount. Mason Mount over the two games for me has been decent, but that's all he's been. He's been decent. Yeah, and how Mason Mount has somehow found his way into the lineup. And then you've got, as you mentioned, Sesko, who's a new signing, Joshua Zirkzee, Kobe Mainu. All these players who are attackers have now found themselves on the bench. And I knew this was happening because this manager doesn't like footballers. He likes athletes. Yeah. So even though Mason Mount has been decent, the fact that Mason Mount's found his way back into the team is an absolute disgrace in the first place. But let's give fair positive praise. He has been decent, but to be honest with you, there is no way Mason Mount should be figuring in this team. You know, I think it's an absolute disgrace that he's found his way in the lineup, and you've got those guys on the bench. Secondly, yeah, keeping on to Mason Mount, this manager, and I've been saying this since the start of the season, last season, at a disgrace what he done. I've been saying, yeah, the reason Kobe Mine was on the bench, yeah, is because as long as Bruno Fernandes plays every minute of every game, you can't play Kobe. Yeah, because this manager's not going to sub off Bruno, and you can't play Bruno and Kobe in the midfield two in this system. So the fact that this manager had the cheek, yeah, to play Mason Mount next to Bruno Fernandes. If we can't see Kobe Manu next to Bruno Fernandes, but this manager thinks that Mason Mount can play next to Bruno Fernandes, he should have been sacked after the game, because that's an absolute disgrace. You've got actual midfielders, yeah, like Casemiro who come off. You know, Kobe Manu is a midfielder, but in this system, he's probably better as a 10. So if I'm saying that Kobe can't play next to Bruno Fernandes, why does this manager think that Mason Mount can? There's no defensive structure there. There's no ability to keep the ball. And this manager thinks it's acceptable to play those two in midfield. Yeah? What's that? That's the third thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Same thing with Mason Mount. Luke Shaw's a decent defender, don't get me wrong. But Luke Shaw's now found himself back in the lineup. Yeah? Again, how are these two players found themselves back in the lineup? They're both on a lot of money, you know, but it's just funny to me that the manager has found a way of getting both of them back into the team. Yeah. Then we move on to Benjamin Sesko. Again, I'm not Sesko's biggest fan, yeah, but if you're bringing in a striker, and I knew Sesko wouldn't start. I said this before the game. Sesko's not starting, and what people need to realize, yeah, is that Bruno Fernandes is the key to all this. He's the key to all this, yeah, because this manager is reluctant to take Bruno off. So what happens is that if he plays Bruno in the midfield too, he's not going to play him with Kobe Manu, which means Kobe has to stay on the bench. So that means it's either going to be Ugarte or Casemiro. Now, Casemiro's on 350, so Casemiro has to get game time because of the money. Yeah? But then Ugarte costs 60 mil. So what's happened now is that Casemiro is the scapegoat. Yeah, he's the easy one to bring off because the fan base are looking at Casemiro as someone that hasn't got any legs. So then what happens is that Bruno stays on, Casemiro comes off for Ugarte, like for like change, yeah? Even though Ugarte is shit, but it's an easy scapegoat to take off Casemiro because really and truly, this manager doesn't want to take off Bruno. So then what happens if Bruno plays in the 8, Kobe can't play, yeah, and you're now picking between Casemiro and Ugarte. Then if Bruno plays, and that way, Mason Mount can get himself in the team, but it means Sesko's on the bench, it means Xerxes on the bench. Now, if you play Bruno in the 10, yeah, that means you're going to play Casemiro and Ugarte, and then Kobe might figure. But as we know, Kobe's not great in that 8 in this system. But that means if you're playing Bruno in the 10, that means you've got Sesko and you've got Xerxes on the bench because Mbeumo and Cunha are new signings, and they're not going to be dropped. So can you see the problem that is happening now? Yeah, is that Kobe, Xerxes, and even Sesko now, they're being stifled in this team because of Bruno Fernandes. Because if Bruno plays in the 8, that means Mason Mount might get a game against certain opposition. But that means you've got Sesko and Xerxes on the bench and no Manu. If he plays in the 10, there's no Xerxes or Sesko. So the fact this manager's doing this, and he has the cheek to come out after the game and say, and again, I watched this in real time, and I'm thinking when the referee accidentally bars Bruno, he didn't do it on purpose, but this is what I mean about Bruno Fernandes, This guy, he thinks he's the man. Like, he's got some aura about him for such an average player, The way he turned around the ref, it's like the ref didn't do it on purpose, Obviously, he skies the ball over the bar. And then this manager has the cheek to say that the barge from the ref actually affected Bruno and the penalty miss, If you're the manager and you're actually admitting that, fucking take him off. You've got other players there. Like, the whole thing's an absolute joke, man.
Why didn't you let Cunha? Why didn't you let Cunha take it? If you're not worried about the barge and you're like, I'm not in the right mindset, you got Cunha, you got Mbeumo. Do you know what I mean? Bro, why not let one of them take it?
Bro, check it. The reason why Bruno takes the penalties, is because Bruno has to stay relevant. Because if he's having shit performances, his penalties have been masking up average performances. So really and truly, he should have let Cunha take it, or Mbeumo. Mbeumo's got a great record of penalties at Brentford. But Bruno Fernandes will take them because if he's not scoring goals, what is he?
Yeah.
This is the problem,
Yeah.
And for the manager to admit that after the game and then have the cheek to say Kobe's competing with Kobe's competing with Bruno in training for a position, we already knew that. And the fact that he's coming out and saying that, that just means Minu's not playing. And I keep saying this, as long as this manager's here, this manager doesn't rate Kobe like that. And Kobe's in talks about a new contract. The only way Kobe signs a new contract, is if this manager gets moved on. If he knows his manager's getting moved on.
Yeah, and it's game time for him. Because now he's looking at it. He's got World Cup next year. Yeah. I'm not being funny in that. I'm not sat on the bench waiting for you to tell me whether or not I'm coming on. I'm going somewhere else. Yeah. So it's either you lose a player of that stature and a player that could be of that quality when you could have moved Bruno on and got 100 mil.
There you go.
Do you know what I mean? So for me personally, like you say, you're now stifling players' growth. So you're stifling now Kobe Mainu. You're then stifling Xerxes and Sesko, who are all young players that you want playing, and that you want in the system. You're now stifling those players, and you're now putting them in a system that doesn't work for them. What are we doing? Like, what's his plan? What is his plan?
Bro, there ain't no plan. That's the funny thing. And the thing is, you've got a lot of these deluded fans, that keep trying to make excuses for this manager. I see a stat, what was the stat? It's quite a few, I think since he's come to the. Oh, sorry, that's what it was.
Is it the 28 games?
I can't actually believe this is actually true. And if this is true, he should be sacked next game. Like, I'm sorry, There's a stat saying that he's got in 2025, Man United have only scored one open play goal.
That's mad.
One open play goal. I was like, nah, that can't be serious. Like, one open play goal they've scored at home.
That's mad. That's mad.
Sometimes you have to just laugh, I think he's got 7 wins since he's come.
Yeah. 28. I think 28 games, and you've got something stupid like 27 points.
Bro, he's got less wins than games played or something like that. Some stat like that. I heard. I mean, the whole thing's an absolute shambles, man. This manager's an absolute joke. And as I said, man, I'm gonna stick to what I'm saying. He needs to be sacked. He needs to be sacked. I said, start of the season, I'm gonna give him 5 games, and the 5 games I said at Arsenal, if he gets a draw, fair enough. But then that means you gotta go and beat Fulham and Burnley. Yeah. And then against City and Chelsea, if you get a point against them, then fair enough. But to think that, he's lost to Arsenal, drawn to Fulham, and now he's got Burnley, which you should beat at home, let's be honest. And you've got City and Chelsea. You need 9 points, 3 wins. Yeah. Simple.
Yeah.
I don't care. 3 wins.
Yeah.
The whole thing's an absolute joke, man. And as I said, man, I mean, they got Grimsby tomorrow. I mean, are we even going to beat Grimsby? Come on. Can we even bank on that? Like, I'm not too sure. But, it's an absolute joke, man, honestly. But let me just get into some of the chats quickly, and then I'll get your take on it, on the actual game itself. Guys, big up yourselves for coming through. Make sure you smash the like button as well, and make sure you sub to the channel. Obviously, Jonas' link to his Instagram, guys, is in the description. So make sure you follow him on there. Arsenal and Pakistan cricket team says, Gav, would you support Man United in the Championship in the next year? Boy, that's pushing it, man. It depends who's in charge, man. I mean, that's not something I even want to think about. Put it that way. Do I think United get relegated? No. But listen, that's a hard question, man, because I am well and truly fed up with this manager, with this club, and it's frustrating, man. It's frustrating. But to answer your question, man, you'd have to say yeah. But put it this way, I don't think I'll be watching too many games. Put it that
way. It's a horrible thought. It's a horrible thought, but it's a reality, isn't it? It's a reality of what you.
It's something you don't want to think about, but
is what
it is. So Arsenal Man's cricket team says Hincapié will be a gunner soon as Kivior to Torres advance him. Yeah, listen, I like Hincapié. I think he's actually quite a decent defender. Like
Okay.
he's a centre back that can play left back. Obviously, plays left sided centre back in a free for Bayer Leverkusen as well.
Can I just say
Go on.
how many defenders do Arsenal want to sign?
Well, the thing is, Kivior's going, and then you're gonna have. Well, the thing is, I think I heard some news today that they're looking at Hincapié as a Gavardio kind of type player, in sense what Gavardio does for City.
But but let's go through this, Gav. Let's be
Mm,
honest. Let's go through this. You
yeah,
think you've got Gabriel, you've got
mm,
Saliba, you've
mm.
got Ben White by trade, who's a centre back. You got Timber by trade.
But he's not playing centre back no more, though, is he?
No. But he'll play
Mm,
if they need it. He can cover centre back.
yeah,
You got fucking Timber, who by trade is a centre back, but he's playing
yeah,
wherever he's playing. You got Calafiori, who's
yeah.
by trade is a centre
Centre
back,
back.
but
Yeah,
he's playing wherever he's playing.
yeah.
You've then got
Mosquera.
Declan, yeah. You've then got Declan Rice, Zubamendi,
Yeah,
defensive. What are we doing here? Like
bro,
that,
he's got a fetish, man. He's got a fetish for defenders.
but
It's mad.
but that to me proves a point.
Mm,
You've just lost Kai Havertz.
yeah.
You've then gone and bought Eze, which is fair enough.
Mm.
But you lose Gokeres. You got no Gabriel Jesus. I don't know what's going on with Gabriel Jesus.
I think he might be back now. You know, I think he's back now. I've been
But
hearing reports saying that he's lost a lot of weight as well. So
but
whether that's going to add anything, I don't know.
but to me, that then
Mm,
says you're not willing to take any risk. Like you're
yeah.
not willing to take any risk because at this point
Mm,
you go 1-0 up and you're playing to defend that 1-0 lead. That is
yeah.
going to cost you a league.
Mm,
Like you can't go through games and think, okay, cool, we're going to lose it. We might not win a game, but I'm definitely not losing the game. That
mm,
to me then says, as an Arsenal fan, I'd be upset. I'd be like, what the fuck are we doing?
yeah.
Like what are we doing here? You're telling me in 5 years, it's like when people talk about spending, people forget Arsenal spending now, if they buy Hikape, now goes to 350, 300 and I think it is 25k. That's more than Liverpool have spent. Do you know what I mean? And this is the
This is
thing.
why there's no excuse for them, man. They have to win something. Yeah.
And this is my point. My point
Mm,
now is if you win nothing this season,
mm,
what happens to Arteta? Is he now in the same boat? Because to me, he should have been in the same boat 2 years ago.
yeah.
And he should have been in that same boat from this year. I'm giving you 10 games. If you don't win 10 games, we
Mm,
got to have a discussion. Because at the end of the day, you may have gotten to wherever you got to, but at the end of the day, when it comes to risk and coming to get whatever you want, like for me personally, the thing with Rio last night is he brought Rio on, he brought Harvey Elliott on, going, listen, I don't care. I know what you two can do. I need you to go on and just literally the moment Rio got on, he attacked. He had 3 Newcastle players around him, and he still went and attacked. And that to me is but it's a risk within itself. So to
mm,
me, if Arteta gets to a point where he needs to win a game and he's not bringing Nweri on, what the
yeah.
hell? What are we doing? Do you know
Mm,
what I mean? Because he's a player with no fear. So to me, that's a player that you should be going. Actually, big man, get on the field. I know what you can do. Go and do whatever you got to do to win that game.
mm.
But
I
that to
agree.
me, do you know what I mean? But that to me then says people go, oh yeah, but why? But again, you're in a title race. You should be looking at attacking players. You've got
Mm,
all the defensive players you need. What more do you need from you bought a second keeper
yeah.
in Kepa, which is
Mm,
fair enough. He played well for thing and he saved a lot of shit. But
yeah.
again, nobody wants to sit on the bench for a World Cup year.
Yeah.
Do you know?
The thing is though, like I totally get what you mean. The thing that I would say is I can see what they're doing, which is quite weird because they're looking for 2 players in each position. So you look at the 2 right backs, you got Urian Timber who's first choice, and then you got Ben White backing it up. And of course, in an emergency, you've got those 2 players that can play centre back, but that's not really going to happen. You look on the other side, you've got Lewis Skelly, who's actually a midfielder, but obviously has played left back. You've got Zinchenko, who's still there, very much like Lewis Skelly, really. They're midfielders playing left back. And then you got Calafiori, who is a centre back, but can play left back. So you would say you got three options as a left back in that team. Centre back, you got Saliba, Gabriel first choice, and then you've got Mosquera, and you've got obviously if Hincapié comes in, we'll back up Gabriel. So I can see what they're doing. The issue is if you're Hincapié or if you're as I say, well, I mean, Ben White might be happy to be, back up. I don't know. But if you're someone, as you said, going into a World Cup year and you need to get game time to kind of cement your place in the national squad, you'll be looking at this thinking, well, unless Saliba, Gabriel, and Timber get injured, I know Timber's got injuries recently anyway.
Yeah.
Like you're not really going to get game time when it really matters, and that's the only thing that I would say. But I can see what he's doing, but I think if you're Hincapié, I don't know why you're going to go from being first choice at Bayer Leverkusen to go and be, because I look at Hincapié and Hincapié doesn't definitely start at Arsenal because the manager likes Calafiori, and is he going to play? Is he going to take out Lewis Skelly now and play Hincapié at left back? You know what I mean? These are the things that I think Hincapié needs to think about. Because I think he could go, because again, Tottenham were linked to him as well. And
but
has he got chance playing at Tottenham? I think if you look at the fact that Van der Ven does pick up some injuries, he's got more of a chance to get in there if they want to rest Van der Ven.
Yeah.
But the Arsenal one for me is a bit.
That's more my thing. It's like, and I get the whole thing with Eze going back to Arsenal, but again, you're in a World Cup year. Again, you go into, and I know people go, oh, yeah, but he might go and start. No, you got Martinelli on whatever Martinelli's on.
Yeah.
Then you still got Madueke. You still got Eze. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how Arsenal think. I don't know if they'll go, oh yeah, we'll rest. We'll rest Odegaard. We'll take Odegaard up, because to me, in my head, and I know what I'm like as a football player. Now, when I get taken off, I'm cussing somebody out. Like, do you know what I mean? So I can only imagine you're getting paid to play, and I'm not being funny on that end. As much as people go, oh yeah, but you'd be sat on the bench. No, I wouldn't. I want to play. Like, I want to play now, and my legs don't carry me. Do you know what I mean? So, like, for me, it's got to be the most frustrating thing. Sat on the bench, knowing that you can change that game, and you're sat there, and someone's going, "Oh yeah, we'll just wait for the right moment to bring you on." Like, what? What do you mean? I should be starting.
It is odd. It is odd, but I think, as I said, I would say because it's a World Cup year, a lot of these players, they are going to be getting disgruntled if they are on the bench too much, and this is why I look at the likes of Madueke for argument's sake. Yeah, the thing is now the fact that Saka's got injured is kind of worked in his favor, but if he's, because the thing is, do I see Madueke being part of this England squad if England are being serious? I don't, But the fact that he's left one bench to really go to another bench, it's like doesn't really make sense, But the thing is now he's actually had a break because he's gonna play now because Saka's rumored to be out for a month, and then you got Odegaard who had a shoulder injury, so even Wanyeri as well, he might get game time, but. Depending on how long Odegaard's out for. But I think there's going to be a lot of injuries this season, and a lot of players are not going to be going full tilt knowing that they got the World Cup around the corner.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing, isn't it? That like you say, they're not going to be going 110 because they'll be looking at it and going, it's World Cup next year, mate. I'm biding my time.
Yeah, listen. And the thing is, can you really blame them? I don't know. World Cup comes around every 4 years, man. So
yeah.
And you only get Premier Leagues every season.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. You only get so many World Cups within your football career.
There you go. But who knows, man? Who knows? But going back to Hincapié, man, I think he's got a 52 million release clause, and it's looking like Arsenal want him, and Kivior's going as well. So, and from the reports that I've read, I think he actually wants to go there. So it's looking like it's happening. But I'm a bit surprised personally because I think that he's definitely not going to start. You know what I mean? If he does start at left back, then you have to kind of think, well, Calafiori, Lewis Skelly, even Zinchenko. Zinchenko's on money, you know. Calafiori would be on decent money as well. And then you got Lewis Skelly, who's coming through the youth, and you know you had shouts, people saying that he's one of the best left backs in the Premier League. You know what I mean? What's going to happen there? So yeah,
Again, it's a thing of stifling growth, and it's still one of those things that's still stifling growth. Like, luckily now, not to change up, but look at what happened last night in the Liverpool Newcastle game. Joe Linton's out. Like, Joe Linton could be out. Tonali could be out, which then means Lewis, the guy in the middle,
Lewis Miley,
Lewis Smiley could potentially play a lot more games. But again, you don't know that until you get into these games and players start getting injured. So to me, I don't know. Like, I don't know how much longer do you last before you sort of start getting frustrated and start going, I need to be number one.
Yeah.
Because again, they are a great that Joe Linton,
Tonali and Guimaraes, good free.
Great free in the middle. But again, you lose one of them, what dynamic does that change to then that three in the middle? Do they then become a little bit weaker? Does it then become a little bit more? Do you know what I mean? So to me, it's like Liverpool. Liverpool lose one of the middle three in Szoboszlai, McAllister and Gravenberch. We look like a different team. Do you know what I mean? So to me, personally, I just look at it and I think to myself, like, I don't understand what teams are trying to do now in terms of what are you going out in the market to buy? Like, Arsenal, for me, I'd have said you would have gone out and got another striker, because you can't. Havertz always gets injured. We know Gabriel Jesus always gets injured somewhere, so you're relying on Gyökeres now.
Yeah.
Although you got Nwaneri, but then Saka gets injured, so now do you know what I mean? You've covered that basis.
I think if Gyökeres gets an injury, again, I think this is where they might come unstuck, because, again, Jesus is just coming back. They got Martinelli who can play through the middle, but I don't rate Martinelli not one bit.
He's not a great finisher. He's not a great finisher.
He's not a great player. You know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? So to me personally, again, what eventuality? Because you know the two strikers are going to get injured. Yeah. Now you're relying on Gyökeres to play however many games. Although fair enough, they might come in as bit part, but you still need someone that is still an athlete and that is still fit to then keep up, or even to push Gyökeres, because Gyökeres might now go uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? Like, he might go uncomfortable and get a little bit lazy, get a bit more like, oh, I can do whatever I want, and nobody's going to say nothing.
Yeah, I agree. Right, let's go through some of these chats, man. Big Up to Me says 3 games. I can't see that, to be honest. Yeah, listen. You better be seeing that, because I tell you this now. You know, they got Grimsby tomorrow. Yeah, I'm expecting away to Grimsby. Yeah, I'm expecting 5-0 minimum against Grimsby. 5-0 minimum. The funny thing as well, I wonder what team he's gonna play, because I'm sorry, yeah, you should be beating Grimsby with your reserve team. So I don't want to see none of the so-called big hitters playing, and I don't think he does, yeah. But I'm telling you now, it has to be minimum 5-0, yeah. And when United turn up and play Burnley at Old Trafford, anything short of 3 points, the man just has to get sacked. Sack him after the game, because there's no way that this manager deserves to stay after this. You know, people are still saying he hasn't got his own players. He's been given a new front line, and he's doing. And the thing is, people are still saying he needs more. Like, these fans, some of these fans, just keep making excuses for him. The reality is he's got 7 wins, since he's come to the club, and they've got one open play goal in 2025. And so far this season, he started off, and he's had one loss, 1 draw, and then he's got City and Chelsea coming up after the Burnley game. So again, I'm not here for none of this nonsense to say that he deserves a chance. None of this. And the day, he was brought in to be a coach, to coach these players to get better, And the thing is as well, what people need to realize, if you're a manager that needs like everything your own way, you need about 7-8 players to get things going. It's telling me you're not really a good coach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as I said, he's got 3 games. Yeah, as the title says, he's got 3 games to go, because For me, it could be sooner than that. If you don't beat Burnley, yeah, then get rid of him as soon as possible. But
Yeah,
but the City and Chelsea game, he has to win.
yeah,
It's a must now. I would have been happy if he got a draw against both of them. If it meant he beat Fulham, Burnley, and got a point against Arsenal, and you'd think,
yeah,
you know what, 5 games, like what's 9 points in 5 games? It's
yeah.
decent, I would say. But
Yeah.
the fact that he's got 1 point, yeah, and
Out
then
of
you've
the
got Burnley and you've got City and Chelsea, because I don't expect him to beat City or Chelsea. So by the end of this year, he could end up with like three points or four
yeah,
points.
yeah,
That's unacceptable in 5 games.
yeah,
It's unacceptable. So, as I said, man, he's got to beat Grimsby 5-0 tomorrow, and then Burnley. Listen, I don't think it's too much to ask for a couple of goals, 3-4 goals against Burnley at home. I don't think
no,
it's too much to ask. And again, a lot of these fans have been saying against Arsenal how well United played. I wasn't impressed really. I thought United were just better than Arsenal because Arsenal was shit. But yet
yeah,
United still lose the game. So
yeah.
yeah, it's one of them things, man.
But I think he should be using. I think he should be using that Grimsby game tomorrow to be putting the likes of Benjamin Sesko in, putting
Yeah.
Xerxes in, putting Kobe Mainu in, and trying a different formation. That game is a game to
Yeah.
try it in to
Bro,
see what works.
I can tell you this now, yeah. I can tell you this now, and I'm 97%, 95% certain I'll get the team right, yeah. This is what he's gonna do. And again, if he doesn't change the team, can you imagine if he plays the same team that's been playing against Grimsby? He ain't gonna do that, yeah. But this is the team he's gonna play, yeah. He's gonna play um I mean, Anana hasn't played, so there's obviously talk
No,
about Anana going. So
yeah,
whether he sticks with buy in there in goal, I don't know. So let's just say buy in there, yeah, in goal.
yeah.
He's gonna play Aiden Heaven, left side centre back. Harry Maguire comes in the middle, and then on the right side centre back, he might give one of the youngsters, Tyler Fredrickson, a game. So I reckon it'll be Fredrickson on the right side centre back, Harry Maguire, and then Aiden Heaven. You know,
When's uh when's Lissandro back?
I think
When?
Lissandro might be back in training, but I don't know if he's training with the group or if he's training individually. I'm not too sure, but
Okay.
um, I don't think he's too far away. You know what I mean? But um, yeah, he's definitely not going to be back. He's definitely not back. I don't think for the City Chelsea game. I'm not too
Okay.
sure about that one. But I think he plays Heaven, Maguire, and he plays Fredrickson as the three at the back. Then the wing backs, he's going to play. Dallow's definitely going to play. And I think he might play Dallow right wing back. And I think he might play Diego Leon, the youngster, at left wing back. I don't think Ahmad plays. Dorgu's going to be rested as well. Midfield, Kobe's going to play in there. I think he'll play Kobe and Yagati in there. Definitely. And in the front three, it'll be Sesko, Xerxes, and I reckon he might give Mason Mount another game.
Why
So
would you not just?
I think he
Why
plays
would you not just?
Mount left 10 or right 10, Xerxes left 10, and then Sesko. I think that's the team he'll go with.
Which is it's ridiculous, isn't it? When you look at it like that, it's just
Yeah.
ridiculous. I just
I'll be very surprised, yeah, if he doesn't play that team.
yeah,
And I'll be very interested to see what team he actually plays, because if he does play a strong team, in his eyes, then I'm sorry,
yeah,
man, that's unacceptable again, because
yeah.
this is Grimsby, man. This is Grimsby. Come on. You
And
know what I mean?
you're a Premier League side, and these are players that know what the bag means to them. So they
Yeah,
should be like, listen, we need to go
exactly.
out, not to smash them, but you wanna be
Mm,
competitive, and you want to show this is why I should be in the first team. I don't understand why I'm playing against Grimsby. Do
yeah.
you know what I mean? That's
Mm.
the games where they should be showing it. So
Exactly. So, but yeah, I'm pretty confident he plays that. So I'll be watching that tomorrow, man. And as I said, man, I'm expecting 5 goals, whatever team he puts out.
yeah,
If
yeah,
that doesn't happen, he's under pressure. You know.
yeah, yeah.
Me says, and Amorim needs to go. 28 games played in Prem, 27 points. That's shocking, bro.
That
I'm
is
actually reading this. 27 points in 28 games.
yeah, that's mad.
And you still got fans making excuses for him. He hasn't got his own players. He hasn't got this. He hasn't got that. Nah, forget that, man. Just get him on the get him on the coach and tell him to fuck off, man. That's what needs to happen. Seriously, like 27 points in 28 games. Like, that's embarrassing. I actually
Yeah.
see a stat today, you know, and he's literally in the same ballpark as managers like, remember Owen Coyle, ex-Bolton manager?
That's
Bro,
crazy.
Owen Coyle used to be a striker, you know. He used to be a
Yeah,
striker.
I know.
He's in
That's
the
mad.
same ballpark as Owen Coyle and man like Bob Bradley. Remember Bob Bradley? I think Bob Bradley had the worst one, yeah. I think he had 18% win percentage, yeah. So Amorim's beating him. But again, Bob Bradley, who else was there? I see. Some really
I think,
shit managers.
have you seen Neville against Neville? It's terrible. Like his
Yeah.
while Neville was at Valencia, he's at Man United. It's mad. It is crazy. And I know people go, oh, yeah, but he needs time and blah blah. But the problem is he's not willing to take the risk. And as a manager, you've got to be willing to take those risks. Like for me personally, I
Yeah.
wish, uh, I'm hoping that Slot next game goes, Konate, you're fucking hooked. You're
Yeah.
hooked,
I'd
bro.
rate that. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'd rate that.
Yeah. The only problem is though, yeah, you've got Joe Gomez and you've got Leone in it.
Yeah, but I'm not being funny or nothing. I know people go, oh, yeah, but you can't throw. I don't give a shit. Start Leone, bruv. I see what he did to Lukaku, bruv. Start Leone, bruv.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, bruv. I see what he did to Lukaku, bruv. Start Leone, bruv. I ain't even going down, bruv. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, we're going to get onto Liverpool in a bit, yeah. But yeah, Konate, they're saying up with Konate, man. His head's been turned. But we'll get onto that in a minute. Big up to Sham. Let's go through some of these chats. So me says we needed a striker. We buy a 6'5" beast. He comes on and not one cross is delivered into the box. Honestly, I can't with my team at the moment. Yeah, again, yeah. I didn't want Sesko because I just don't think Sesko was the striker that was needed, you know. However, he is here and he's been the catalyst to get rid of that trash player, Rasmus Højlund. So just based on that, I'm satisfied because there was no way I could go through the season seeing that guy play for my team because I've never seen a worse striker in my life. You know, he's that bad. You know, and again, you got fans making excuses. You know, but to think that Sesko's come to the club, go on.
Has he gone Napoli, Højlund?
So yeah, because obviously Lukaku's injured. So Napoli want him on loan with an option to buy. And I think by all counts, I think Højlund was saying that he wanted something to know that he's going to be wanted somewhere. So they've got an option to buy. I don't care what it is, just get him at the club. He's shit. And free up that number 9 shirt as well. The fact that he's taken number 9 off Martial when Martial left, you know, is criminal. And I'm just glad he's gone. So just based on Sesko coming through the door and him going, I'm happy. But to think that Sesko hasn't started any games, I'm not surprised because, as I keep saying to people, he's shoehorning Bruno into the team and he loves Mason Mount. So just by default, Sesko can't play because you've got Mbeumo and Cunha there who are the big money signings. So how are you going to justify playing everyone? But
you can't.
You can't. And again, this whole putting the ball into the box for crosses, I'm not really with that. But when you've got someone like that, you know, at least a couple of crosses wouldn't be too bad. But me personally, you know, the best three in that system is Xerxes through the middle and it's Cunha and Mbeumo either side. You know, which means unfortunately with Ahmad, again, Ahmad for me, the reason why and Kobe as well, these guys are getting stifled because of the system. Because these two guys, you change the system to a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3, which he isn't going to do. You got Kobe who can play slightly deeper in the midfield too, and it's a different responsibility there. And then you've got Ahmad who can play in a 10, and Ahmad is actually a number 10. You know, and the fact that we pick Ahmad at wing back is killing me, really. You know, but yeah, that's this manager, man. But let's just go through. Big up to excited Camel Hoof. What a name! What a name! 200 million later, and Man U are still 16th. Yeah, listen, man, it's a shambles. And as I said, I had to vent the other day, man. But the fact that he's got 1 point from 2 games, and again, I could see this coming, which is why I'm angry because I knew this was going to happen. Too many fans were just getting carried away with the Arsenal game and I'm thinking to myself, like, we lost the game. Like regardless of the mistake, United didn't play any clear-cut opportunities and they lost the game. And too many fans were just too excited. And look at this now. That performance against Arsenal means absolutely nothing. So
no, not unless you carry it on, and that's the thing. You haven't pushed on. You should have pushed on and won the next game. That should have spurred you on to be like, okay, cool. Fulham, we now need to beat, and we now need to get 3 points from.
Yeah. Me personally would have sold Bruno for 100 million and gone and bought Walton and that's Lucien Agume or just Baleba. But yeah, listen, this whole Bruno thing, which I mentioned the other night as well, I'm actually tired of this whole Bruno thing because the fact that this club didn't take 100 million for a player that's getting shoehorned into the team, he's going to turn 31 this year. The fact that he wasn't sold, I'm past this now. I mean, I've heard that Al Ittihad want him now. Just get the deal done and get him out of the club, man. Just get him out of the club, and then let's just press on with Baleba. Like I like Walton. Walton's going to be a top player, but getting him out of Palace this season. Agume, I like him as well, and will be cheap, but Baleba's the one for me because he's left-footed. There was talk about Eduardo Camavinga as well. I personally, if Camavinga's available, you go and get Camavinga. I don't care because listen, this guy for me is one of the best midfielders in the world when he's fit. And I know people say, he's got a bit of an injury record, etc. But what I was hearing, 69 mil, great number, for
great number.
An important number there, man, for Camavinga. I was thinking, listen, just go and get me Camavinga, but it's unlikely that's going to happen. So Baleba's the one for me, man. 100% he's the one, But big up to me. Gav, which prime is better? Arshavin versus Liverpool or Lucas Moura versus Ajax? Random. I mean, Arshavin got 4 against Liverpool and Moura went in the madness.
Arshavin did get 4.
Who you going, Arshavin?
I'm taking Arshavin, bro. He was ridiculous, bro. That game was ridiculous, bro. Single-handedly, I've never seen a man like like we saw like Gareth Bale against Inter Milan. That Arshavin. That was when he just literally went.
Anfield as well.
Yeah, he literally went, what? You man needed to score goals. I'm there, everywhere.
I remember him, man. Andre Arshavin, he was on smoke that game. But the thing is, the game finished 4-4, I swear.
Yeah, it did. But
he was 4-4,
he was on smoke. Like, you couldn't, like, the kid was on smoke. Like, that was when he literally just turned around and just went, goals? I got you, rude boy. Let's go.
I'm not sure what happened to him after that, though, man. He went off the radar, but he was on smoke that game for sure, man. Me says, did you know Cobby's on 20k a week? To put that in perspective, Tom Heaton's on 40k. That's criminal. Tom, listen. If I'm but the thing is, Cobby's come through the youth, and Cobby needs to sign a new contract. Don't get me wrong, but from what I'm hearing, there's reports about he wants 150, which I don't believe for a start, And if he does want 150, then get rid of him because there's no way he should be on 150. Like Ahmad's on 90k, and Ahmad's better than him, so he can't be coming to United he can't be getting a new contract on 150. But he definitely does need topping up on that 20k a week, man. That's a joke.
Yeah.
So me says, honestly, I want to be manager of United. I'll get us back to the top within a year. Play 4-3-3 and 4-4-2 when out of possession. Lamens, Maz, Yoro, Delit, Dorgu, Ugarte, Mainu, Cunha, Ahmad, Mbeumo, Sesko. Well, you had me up until Ugarte, so I'm just going to ignore that.
I was there for that.
Bro, as soon as I see Ugarte, I don't know if you noticed, my voice just changed. Listen, me, if you're still in the chat, man, big up yourself. But let's go through that team. So I don't want to 4-3-3. So he's saying Ahmad in. Do you know what? Ahmad in the 10. Ugarte, Mainu, Cunha, and do you know what? That's not a bad team, but for me personally, I'd play Xerxes ahead of Sesko, And Ugarte, yeah, forget that guy, man. Just go and get me Baleba.
Yeah,
And
just
then, you know what I mean? That team's looking pretty frightening, man. A lot of brothers in there as well, so
yeah,
it's always a good thing to
exactly,
see, you know.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
listen, I ain't gonna complain, man. But yeah, take out Sesko, take out Ugarte, Baleba, and Xerxes. Get some of that African strength in there, man. That's what we need. Get that in the
Exactly.
midfield, you know, and we keep it moving. So, but yeah, no, it's a decent team, man. I have to be honest, man. All jokes aside, it's a decent team. Uh, then I'd buy a new right back, holding DM and a backup cam next summer. I'd also bring Anthony and right, yeah, all right, big up, man. Hey, listen, you started off well, man, but you're killing me now. Garnacho, yeah, let's move on. But big up, man,
Gonna,
for coming through. Big up to Lumi
got,
Rain every time as well.
yeah,
So
big up.
Lumi says, Gav, who is your pick from your latest poll? Ah, okay. So I've done a poll, yeah. It was who has the highest potential out of these four players, yeah. Rio, obviously 16. Max Dowman, 15. William Esteval, 18. And Lucas Bergval, 19. Who you going with, bro?
I'm going with Rio, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny now.
yeah,
That
yeah,
for me, that kid for me is the
yeah,
epitome of no fear.
yeah,
So I don't care. I don't care what he could be on the school field somewhere. He could be Monday Night Football. He could be. He does not care. He's like,
yeah.
big man, you're saying you want to do this? Let's go. I got feet for days. Let's go. And that's the thing. Like, don't get me wrong. Like Bergval, fair enough. He's playing at Tottenham. Whatever else, that's all good and well. But to me, everybody that talks about this kid talks about what he has in his
Mm,
locker, which is the ball sticks to his feet. The kid knows exactly what he wants to do. The moment he gets the ball, he knows exactly what he wants to do.
yeah,
And to me, sometimes it's what you need. You need to isolate a defender. There's certain defenders in the league that hate that, absolutely hate that. And sometimes you just wish someone would take them on and go, big man, okay, cool. Let's see. And you saw it last night, how
mm,
worried people get in terms of we need to double up, triple up, because I don't know if he gets past me,
mm,
what's next? Like because he can shoot, he can pass it, he's
yeah,
got options, and that's the scariest thing. And the
mm,
scariest thing is now people are going, oh yeah, but listen, I don't care what you say. That kid there for me is going to be ridiculous.
yeah. Listen, we're gonna get into that, yeah, because obviously there's a couple of things that I want to say on Rio, yeah. But to answer your question, Lumi, I'm gonna say. Do you know what? It's tough. It is actually tough, yeah, because I like William Esteval. I think Esteval's,
Esteval's
you
got
know,
potential. He's got a lot of potential.
Esteval's got, yeah, he's got something. Esteval, you know, Bergval's good as well. Bergval's good. I think Bergval isn't my type of player, but I think he's going to give a lot to Tottenham.
Yeah,
Max Dowman for me, you know, when you're left footed, like I just got a liking to left footed players, man, because I'm left footed myself. So
yeah,
Max Dowman's good. But the only thing I look at with Dowman is that, you know, he's obviously gonna obviously get stronger as well. I reckon he's someone that could get targeted in terms
yeah,
of the physicality. But again, the guy's 15, so you know he's got a lot of room to grow.
yeah.
I'm gonna say, you know, this ain't biased, yeah, but because I've seen Rio up close and personal, really, I'm gonna say Rio. And again, we're gonna touch on him in a minute because
Yeah.
you know we're gonna get into that Liverpool Newcastle game. Big up to Lumi says, Gav, your background is fire. Yeah, big up, man. The Camp Nou behind me. The Camp Nou. You know, this is my team, Barcelona. You know, this is a team that you know keeps me sane really because having to watch the football that I watch at this Manchester United, you know, my team in England, it's frustrating, man. So yeah, Barcelona, man, every day. Big up to Drunk Vigo says Arsenal are buying the league. Yeah, listen. Yeah. Well, they're buying the league, man, but they're not going to win it. I can tell you that now they're not winning the league. And the funny thing is, yeah, the amount of people that are saying Arsenal are going to win the league, and I'm thinking, where have you guys been for the last 6 years? He hasn't won the league, so why now? You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's different and what risk has he taken now that he hasn't
Mm,
taken in the past 5 years?
yeah.
That's my question. What risk has he taken now? What risk have you seen in the game that now
Mm.
provides him to now win those games?
Oh, what
Because
in terms of his subs? You saying or?
in terms of subs, in terms of
Mm,
his gameplay management, in terms of the
yeah.
players, the profile of players that he's buying, because it's all good and well, and
Mm,
this is what I say to people. It's all good and well, and my point will be proven when you go to teams like Newcastle that are not going to allow you time. You go to teams like Liverpool that are not going to allow you time. You go to a
mm.
team like Man City that are not going to. Do you know what I mean? It's those little things. And I know people go, "Oh yeah, but City lost 2-0 the other." Tottenham look good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Bro,
Tottenham do look good,
I said Tottenham would be good. They got a
but
top manager there, man.
but
Mm,
again for me, I don't see him taking. He's like a man. He's like a man that will plan sex for you and plan it in a way that's so protective that
yeah.
he doesn't want you to feel a certain way about it.
Mm,
Do you know what I mean? And it's like, and
mm.
to me, it's like you're taking all the fun out of it, rude boy. Like, do you know what I mean? Like you're taking all the fun out of the game, rude boy. Like, what are we doing there?
Yeah,
Do
you're
you,
right. You're right. You're right.
and that's the thing. It's frustrating to watch because Arsenal do have a good team and they
Yeah.
could be a great team. But to me, he's not the man to take them to that next level. He's not that manager. And
Mm.
until Arsenal see that, I don't know who is out there, and that will be my honest opinion. I don't know who's out there manager wise, but he is not the man to take them to that next level.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, when you're saying you're not sure who's out there, yeah, like even managers that are at other clubs, like if you, I'll be honest with you, yeah, if you give someone like Andoni Iraola this Arsenal team, I reckon he wins the league. Like that isn't hard to say because
Yeah.
just have a look at what do you really think Arteta could do what Iraola's done with Bournemouth? No,
No. Yeah.
no
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Like Thomas Frank, you give Thomas Frank this Arsenal team, he probably gets them win the league as well. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
Arteta for me, the guy just isn't good enough. I don't give a damn what anyone says. I've never seen a manager be at a club for 6 years, spend that amount of money, and win absolutely nothing. I've never seen it.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
you think he could be doing that at Barcelona, Real Madrid? No, he'd have been gone
And
after 10 games. You know what I mean?
and, and that's the problem. The problem is you spent all this money
Yeah.
and you've got nothing to show for it. Like
Mm.
you've literally got nothing to show for it. The team that he won his first trophy with was Unai Emery's team.
There you go. There you go.
Like
There you
Mr.
go.
Good Evening. That's the man we're chatting about. And the man's gone to
And there you go.
Aston.
Unai Emery's a better manager than Arteta. He is.
He's gone to imagine Unai Emery with this team.
Well, he win the league. He would.
Do you know what I
He
mean?
would.
It's
This is
just
how
mad.
funny he is. Like Unai Emery's a better manager than Arteta, and he didn't spend half as much as what Arteta spent. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, as I said, man, like I'm not here for this Arteta. He should be the manager. Arsenal win the league. They've won 2 out of 2 games. Yeah, they were poor against United and scored a fortuitous goal against Leeds. Leeds are a promoted team, and let's be honest with you, Leeds ain't great. So they're winning. They've won games that they should be winning. Really, their test is going to come against the Liverpools, the Newcastles, the Chelseas, the Tottenhams, the Man Cities. That's where their test is going to be.
Yeah.
And if they happen to get positive results in them games, then fair enough. You can start saying,
Yeah.
you know what, this Arsenal team looks different. But
Yeah.
I haven't seen much difference from against Arsenal. Against Leeds, I watched their first half. 30 minutes, Leeds were in it, and Leeds just had a lack of quality in the end, and just they forced a lot of mistakes themselves. But
Yeah.
30 minutes, they were in the game, and
Yeah.
Arsenal in the end, they done what Arsenal should do. So that's that, man. But let's get through some of these comments quickly. So, fun fact: since Arteta has been manager, he's bought more goalkeepers than attackers. Seven keepers than attackers.
That's mad.
Yeah, that is ridiculous, man. What happened to that guy? Is it Runnerson? Is he still there?
He might well be. He might well be.
Madness. He's also the last four. He's also the last 4 or so games, including prison. He's played Wanyeri as a CM. Yeah, no, 1 year he's been playing as an attacking midfielder. Not a CM. He's been playing as a cam, as they call it these days. But
Yeah,
yeah, well, listen, 1 year is a top player, man. He is. But I think what's happened to Wanyeri now is that he's only 18, but
yeah,
he's kind of being upstaged by Dalman at the moment. It's
yeah,
like Dalman's the name on everyone's lips. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
Rather because he
rather
was
than
the man
Wanyeri,
last. Yeah,
and
he was the man.
that's why Wanyeri should never sign a new contract.
He was the man last season. Then
Yep.
they were like, sign a new contract, sign a new contract, sign the new contract. Next thing they went, yeah, Max Dowden, come on, kid.
Yeah. Well, listen, there you go. There you go.
Max
That's
Dowden, come
that's
on, kid.
literally what's happened. That is literally what has happened. And if you're Wanyeri, like you must be thinking to yourself, I should have waited. You know, I'm hearing people
Exactly.
say Dalman should be in the team ahead of Wanyeri now. Like
That's
how
mad.
mad is that?
That's mad.
How mad is that? But um, big up to DXR, big up to Broderick as well for coming through. Guys, make sure you smash the like button and make sure you sub to the channel. Big up to Barbara Joseph as well for coming through. This chat is delayed, man. I don't know what's going on there. Big up to Daniela. Yeah, this chat's delayed. Yeah, DXR says Spurs looking good. Yeah, listen, man. Do you know what? I'm not surprised Spurs beat Man City. You know, I thought City would win the game, but
Yeah,
the fact that Tottenham won it, yeah, I'm not surprised, man. They've got a top manager in Thomas Frank, and
yeah,
they've made some very good signing. I mean, I wanted Kudus over Embuemo. I wanted Kudus, and look what Kudus is doing now. Look what he's
yeah,
doing.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's frustrating, man, but
yeah.
it's what it is, man. But listen, we're gonna go into the game yesterday. I know you're gonna have a big smile on your face, you know, and the shades are coming on. The shades are coming on. Listen,
It's
bro, take it away, man. Let me know your take on the game.
it's just for me. It's just a sign of champions.
Mm,
To think so. One of the boys messaged me and went, "Ah, this is it. It's game over. It's 2-2." I said, "Rude
yeah.
boy, there's still 11 minutes to go. Let's see what
Mm.
happens." Lo and behold, who comes on and scores? But for me, it was
You
like the
know,
whole thing.
it was written in the stars, isn't it?
It was written in the stars. They were like, "Oh,
Mm,
use the extra man. Use the extra man." Next
yeah.
thing you know, so Boslai's up there. He looks behind him because even Rio said it. Rio said before he said, "I
Fuck,
had
you
to
know,
ask him."
they're even replaying the game, replaying the goal now.
Exactly. So he literally he looks over his shoulder, sees Rio, does a little dummy, and Rio
Yeah,
doesn't even think about it. He just
yeah,
thinks this is getting in.
yeah.
Pokes left stand in.
Mm,
Take a bow, kid. Take a bow. And that for me says a lot.
yeah,
Now the points that the thing will be looking at, that Slot will
yeah.
be looking at, is how do Liverpool go 2-1 up
Mm,
to then allow 10-man Newcastle to then get back in the game at 2-2.
yeah.
That's what Slot will be kicking up a fuss about. The
Mm,
main thing for me was Konate didn't look like he was in the game. He looked like he was out of the game most of the game. And to me, it's more because even like when Liverpool scored,
yeah.
um, like Slot was coming back out, and he was like, what do you mean? Like, what's
Oh,
happened?"
oh yeah, yeah. I see that. Yeah,
do,
yeah.
do
I
you know
see
what
that. Yeah,
he was like, what's going on?
yeah.
21 seconds into the second half, like, what's going on?
Mm, mm.
Do you know what I
Man,
mean? So
man,
to me,
man was confused, man. He was proper confused.
trust me, he was like,
Yeah,
what? But to
yeah.
me, I think he gave Konate time to try and fix whatever was going on.
Mm,
Me personally, I think Konate needs to be hooked for the next game.
yeah.
I think he needs to be hooked.
Who have you guys got next though?
Uh, Trying to think, Arsenal. I think we're
Oh,
playing next.
serious?
Yeah, I'm sure it's Arsenal we're playing next.
What that means he's going to play them.
Let's
It's
have a look.
Arsenal. You sure?
I'm sure it's Arsenal next. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it is.
Sham's confirming it. Yeah, Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm sure it's Arsenal next.
So you got Arsenal next year? Oh, hey,
Yeah,
listen, I didn't know
yeah,
that. And you
yeah,
know what? You know what's good, yeah. both teams are two from two. So we're now gonna see what's what. And
Yeah,
again, Kanate is gonna start. He will start. He will start that game. And to be
yeah.
fair, I know he's been poor, but you have to start him.
You do have to start him.
Because his physicality will prove crucial in that game.
Yeah, yeah. You do have to start him, and
Yeah.
I think it's a big statement not to start him.
Who's at home?
I think we are. Yeah, we're home.
Yeah.
We're home.
Wait. Wait, when's this match? Was that Saturday? Sunday?
Sunday, 31st of August.
Wait, listen.
Half 4 kickoff.
Hey, listen. I'll be watching that for definite.
Someone's about to
I'll
get
be watching that for definite, man. But
what?
you know what though, yeah? You know what though, just quickly, yeah. Just on obviously on Rio's goal, yeah. Dominic Szoboszlai, yeah. I know Salah had the pass, yeah, and this is what I mean about Mo Salah, yeah. Shit for the whole game and then gets a stat, yeah. That wasn't Mo Salah's assist for me. That was Dominic Szoboszlai, because the intelligence to let the ball run through your legs, you know, he even looked over his shoulder,
Yeah.
and then obviously Rio was there, was class. So for me, he was instrumental in that goal.
Yeah.
But the finish from Rio, yeah. Now, this is the thing, yeah. People might look at that and think that's a great finish, a hard finish, yeah. Having played against him, obviously five-a-side Power League, yeah.
Yeah.
He does that on a regular basis. So
Yeah.
again, the age that he is, he's turning 17, I think, in a couple of days time, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The composure at that age is scary. And the finish he done, as soon as the ball comes to him, I said it's a goal, because he does that all the time, and it's repetitions, you know. And if anyone knows, obviously, the work that he's put into his game, you know, this is the benefits of it, because he practices them kind of things all the time. And the finish itself, you know, was a simple finish in the end for him. For people that don't obviously know him or have seen him play regularly, they might think, oh, bloody hell, a 16-year-old scoring a goal like that. That was routine for Rio, that finish. That was a routine finish. And he does that all the time. And what I like about him, yeah, and as I said, having seen him up close and personal, yeah, his intent to want to take you on is one of the best that I've seen. You know, and again, five-a-side football's a bit different, yeah. Obviously, it's small-sided, you know, and it's quite tight in there as well. But he's always got the intent. Like, he don't care where you are on the pitch, yeah. He wants to take you on at every opportunity. So the fact that you said when he came on, he just wanted to go to try and go at his man, like, that's just him, and that's what makes him exciting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Because you don't have many players like that anymore.
You don't,
and that's the problem. You don't have many players like that anymore. Like, I know people like again, we talk about players that should have been hooked. Salah should have been hooked.
Yeah.
Salah should have been hooked. Like, Salah should have been hooked.
He's on that big money, man. So
yeah,
Salah should have
been. Salah should have been hooked. Kanate should have been hooked. But again, that's, for me, that's the problem. The problem is the intelligence from Szoboszlai, but also the awareness from Salah.
Yeah.
To play that ball in the box, to me, then says at any given moment.
Yeah.
At any given moment, that just says to me that he's that sort of player that will pop up, and that's the problem, is you can't take him off the field, because at any given moment he'll just pop up and do something, and that's what's frustrating. You can be shit for 90 minutes, but that 1 minute that he's in the game, he can provide an assist, he can get a goal. That's what's frustrating about Salah. Whereas you look at Szoboszlai went from right back to freaking, he was all over that field.
Yeah, yeah.
Him, for me, was man of the match. Like,
he actually played well. He actually played well.
You asked him to play a system, he plays it.
You know, I think with Szoboszlai, he's a very good squad player. Very good squad player. Yeah. You know, but yeah, no. Just going back to Rio and the finish, man. Like, to be 16 and have that kind of composure, man, is crazy. And I think a lot of people were thinking, you know, Luis Diaz going, you know, Liverpool must surely go into the market and go and get another player. I think, you know, if they go and do that, I'll be surprised now, because you have to give him his. I mean, if you've got Gakpo, you've got Verts who can obviously play out there, and Ekatike, and you've got Rio and Gamoa as well now. So for me, Rio has to get more game time, and that finish alone just showed that, you
He's
know,
earned it.
he's earned the chance, you know. And again, I remember speaking to him, yeah, before preseason started, yeah, and I said to him, you know, like, because obviously his brother was saying to me that he's going to go on preseason with the team to Hong Kong, and I remember saying to him, like, how do you reckon you'll get on? And he goes, like, he's confident. You know, his brother was saying he's confident as well. And I went, I think I told you, I made a joke with him. I said to him, listen, don't worry, man. Darwin Núñez will be gone soon, man. That will be you coming to the front. I remember saying that to him, yeah, and he was laughing. And look how it's worked out. Darwin's gone.
Yeah.
And now Rio's doing what he's doing.
Exactly.
So it's crazy, man. It's actually crazy. But you know, listen, man, I'm happy for him, man, because as I said, he's a grounded guy, man. Him and his brother are cool as well. And the guy's got a lot of talent, man. And I think he's definitely a future England international for sure, man.
Yeah. He's
I think
earned
the
it.
fact that he's 16, playing in an area on the pitch where, as I said, man, it's not easy to kind of find your feet, especially out on the wing. But the fact that he's got the intent to want to take on his man at every possible opportunity, you know, I think he's gonna force his way into that team. He's gonna force his way. And I'm saying he's gonna force his way above Gakpo. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
He's got something, man.
But that's good, and that's what you want. You want someone with something a bit like Lamine Yamal. Like they're forcing people to speak up and go, actually, hold on. Like, you've got all these great players, whatever else. Look at this kid. Look at this kid doing what he should be doing. Do you know what I mean? And to me, it's great to see him. It's great to see him playing with a smile on his face and actually going, do you know what? I don't care who you are. Let me step up and let me show you what I can do. Do you know what I mean? And that for me says a lot about a kid at that age. Like you say, the composure and the intent to be like, actually, I'm going from here to here. I'm taking you on. But while we're on the subject of Liverpool, I've just had I've just seen something else.
Go on.
So you know, after the game last night, Liverpool. So you know, Newcastle's higher ups were up.
They went to go meet Isak, yeah.
They went. So apparently, what had happened was,
here we go.
They had a meeting. They had a meeting with, I think it was Isak before that, but Liverpool's higher ups were flying in to basically go, we need to sort this out. What are we doing? So what people are saying now is that there's a striker at Wolves that
Strand Larsen,
that Newcastle are trying to buy. Now, if Newcastle, apparently the rumor is that Newcastle are going to prepare a second bid, which is then going to be accepted by Wolves, which then allows Isak to go. I don't know how much for. But that's the rumor mill, is that apparently all this is now being discussed. They've then gone and spoken to Wolves and said, we want Strand Larsen. What's the amount? We'll put the bid in. They're going to put the bid in. It's going to be accepted. And then Isak's free to go.
You know what, though? What I heard today, though, I heard that because they want Strand Larsen, Newcastle, to replace Callum Wilson. Obviously, as like more like the second striker in a sense, But the problem is that they put a 50 million bid in for Strand Larsen that got rejected. So from what I heard today, Newcastle don't feel that Strand Larsen's worth more than 50 mil. So I don't know how they're going to get that over the line.
Yeah, I don't. Again, if
they don't want to pay more than 50 mil, and to be honest with you, you shouldn't really be paying more than 50 mil anyway for Strand Larsen, if I'm honest. So I don't know, man. I don't know if what happens there. I still think that that Isak stays there. I still think he stays there. You know, I don't think he. I don't, and I think as well, Ekatike, man, has just come into the club and hit the ground running. So it's a case where if you're going to sign Isak and take Ekatike out of there, you know, again he can adapt. Don't get me wrong, but it's a bit unfair, really, in a sense. I think.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I think even if they buy Isak, and I know people will go, oh yeah, but you're paying the price tag and whatever else. I still think he's not going to walk into that team. He's got to earn it. I think he's got to earn it over Ekitike. And as much as people go, oh, yeah,
wait,
but
wait, wait, wait,
price
wait,
tag.
wait. You mean to tell me, yeah, 150 million, he's going to be on the bench?
I don't know if he's going to be on the bench. But what I will say is you can't expect at 150 mil, because you got to think he ain't really played competitively.
Yeah.
As much as it's 150 mil, he still ain't played competitively, and you still got to think Ekitike will be looking at it and going, "Big man, I've scored in every game. What do you want me to do?" Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the honest truth. I played in every game. I've scored. You can't then tell me you're gonna bring in a man. And don't get me wrong, I love it. Like, I think he's fucking brilliant. But again, I just don't know unless he plays them together.
As a two up top?
Yeah, he might do.
Boy, I don't
He
know.
might do.
I think personally, if they sign Isak, that might even stunt Rio as well, because Ekitike can play out wide. So what happens to Rio then?
God knows. And this is, but again, these are the questions. This is the thing now. The thing is now is, but again, Rio for me has proved a point. For me personally, I just don't see Isak going in and walking straight into that team. As good as he's been, he hasn't played a competitive game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that for me, it's not the fact of forget the price tag, forget whatever they're paying for him. It's the matter of fact is he hasn't played a competitive game since what? Since they won the Carabao Cup?
Yeah. I think so,
Do you know what I mean?
That's crazy, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He hasn't played in pre-season.
Against you guys as well.
You see what I mean?
That's crazy, yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So to me personally, don't get me wrong, I know they're paying whatever they're paying for him. But the problem now is they'll be looking at it and going, that's all good and well. However, I think Arne Slot as a manager is a person that will go, Isak, you're fucking brilliant. You're great. Whatever else, Ekitike starting. I will bring you on at some point because you bring him on, because like, again, what happens to Chiesa? Again, to me, if Salah's playing shit, you hook him, put Chiesa on that, right?
Yeah.
And then you take Ekitike off and you put Isak on. Do you know what I mean? So there's options. You take Gakpo off, you put Rio on. Do you know what I mean? There's options. So to me personally, I don't see it as a bad thing. I just see it as a matter of fact is Isak needs, if he's coming, he needs to understand I need you match fit. It's not just you're coming and you're going to walk straight into the team, because I don't think Arne Slot's that sort of manager. I think other managers, lesser managers, like someone else might be like, all right, cool, we paid 150 mil, we need to put him in the squad. Whereas Arne Slot will go, I need you up to speed. Whatever you've been doing, that's fair enough, but you haven't played a competitive game. And I'm not about to bring you in to the two biggest games that we probably have, like that, into the Arsenal game, or if they sign him in time and whatever else. Do you know what I mean? He's not the sort of manager that's going to be like, actually, I'm going to bring you straight in. That's not going to happen. Because we already know that. Do you know what I mean? So to me personally, I just look at it and I think to myself, like, it's a matter of the fact of Liverpool now. Like, it's great to see Joe Gomez back. Sad Frimpong's gone, but then you still again, this is where it plays into effect. So you've still got Conor Bradley, you still got Joe Gomez, who can both play right back, and then on the other side, you still got, to me, Kirkes the other day. Why didn't he just jump with things? That frustrated me.
He's been poor, Kirkes. He's been poor.
But again, is it just adjusting to the way Liverpool play? Or is it more the fact that I think at some point, that's why I think they haven't got rid of Tsimikas yet, because I think they'll be looking at it.
Thing is, but I heard I think I see today. It was today or yesterday. He's in talks with who's it again? Is it Nottingham Forest?
I know he's in talks with someone, but I don't know if it's a loan deal or if it's to sell. So to me personally, I'll be looking at it because Robertson's not going to play every game.
Yeah.
But to me, he offers you stability. That's what he does. He does offer you stability. So to me, yesterday, Kirkes, he's not the same man I looked at when you look at Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I don't know if it's because it's a different system. I don't know if it's because of the way it's because of the weight of the show. Do you know what I mean?
I think the pressure's different, obviously,
Yeah,
at Bournemouth in comparison to Liverpool. But yeah, as Bal said, he got bullied, man. And to be
yeah, he
fair,
did.
he got bullied against Semenyo in the first game,
Yeah,
and he got
absolutely
bullied
right.
against Newcastle by Bruno Guimaraes. So the guy's just getting
Absolutely
bullied
right.
all over the place. What's going on?
But again, this is
Yeah,
where. So
it's mad.
for me
Mm,
now, I look at it and I go, what does Slot do? Does Slot go, okay, we're now playing potential opposition that could potentially push us towards like the top half of the table?
mm,
Do I then go with Mr. Reliable in Robertson in terms of this is a game that I can throw him into and he's not going to get bullied in because he knows what he's doing?
yeah,
Or do I go with Kirkes, who then got bullied in a game where we were playing against Newcastle, where he shouldn't have got bullied? Do you know what I mean? So to me personally, it's a hard decision because I like Kirkes. I think he's a great player, but again, 2 games on the trot now, he's been bullied.
yeah,
What
yeah.
do we do? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what do we do? So to
Send,
me now,
send them back. That's what you do.
can I get a refund?
Yeah, tough one. The thing is, I do think he's good. I do think he does
Yeah,
come good in the end, but it is quite worrying at the moment, man. The way that he's
yeah,
been performing.
yeah. But
But as
again,
I
this
said,
is what
I think Liverpool as a whole haven't been convincing. But you
no,
guys have got 2 wins out of 2, and now you're playing Arsenal, who have done the same thing. So
yeah, yeah, and
I'm looking forward to
that's
that
the
on
thing.
Sunday, boy. I ain't gonna lie.
That's the thing. We don't look convincing, but again,
Mm,
it was games where we've won it at the death, and it's that little bit of class that has pushed us over the edge.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? In that final, it's that little bit of class. Whereas now, I think this is a great test for someone like
mm,
Ekatike will be licking his lips and
mm,
going, Gabriel and Saliba, let's go. This is what I play for. You
yeah.
want to try and bully someone? Let's see what you got. So it'd be interesting. The Declan Rice with, um, I'm hoping McAllister's back. Declan Rice with McAllister. Do you know what I
Forgot about
mean?
McAllister. He wasn't even playing yesterday. Yeah,
No. this,
yeah.
this is what I mean.
Yeah, I forgot he was even playing. Some people think that he's Liverpool's best midfielder as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm. I heard some reports today as well, and I did say this. I said I wonder if he stays at West Ham to the end of the window. I heard Tottenham are looking at Paqueta. If they get
I'm,
Paqueta, yeah, if they get Paqueta, I think that's probably better than them getting Eze.
yeah, yeah,
Paqueta's a top player, man. He should be playing
yeah.
for a team in the Champions League in the top six, 100%.
Because he does want to go, doesn't he? He said he wants to go, innit?
Yeah, but you can see why. Let's be honest, man. Him and Jared Bowen, they're too good to be playing for West Ham. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
No
yeah, yeah,
disrespect, but
yeah.
Bowen's the captain. Obviously he's with Danny Dyer as well, so he ain't going nowhere.
No.
So he's kind of snookered himself, really. Captain of the
Yeah,
club. Danny
yeah.
Dyer, like
He's
it's
not going
curtains,
on there.
really. But
Yeah, he's not going nowhere.
Paqueta, man, Brazilian guy, left-footed. Flamboyant. He's a top player, man, and he's a kind of player that I'd love at Man United. But in this stupid system, I don't know where he fits in. But he's a top player, man. And I heard Tottenham are looking at it. And I tell you now, if Tottenham get Paqueta, which again, I mean, can you see West Ham
Can
saying
you? Yeah.
Paqueta and Kudus?
Can you
Yeah, it's
exactly?
bad.
Can you
But
see
I'm
them
telling you
selling
now,
both?
if they get Kudus and Paqueta with this manager, yeah, and what they've got already, they're going to be a problem, an absolute problem. I'm telling you,
It's
absolute
mad.
problem.
It's
Yeah,
absolutely mad because you almost look at the Tottenham team because sometimes you almost forget who Tottenham have got, and then you look at the squad and you think actually, because you think about it, if they hadn't lost Madison,
yeah.
they'd have been it'd have been quite scary. But now, when you think
Mm.
about it, because they have lost Madison, and you start looking at Paqueta in that team, and you think, fuck,
Bro,
you think
Paqueta is better than Madison. Madison's a very good player, but Paqueta is
that's
better.
what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
It's quite scary, and like Richarlison's proved the point in
bro. Don't
terms
forget
of
Kulusevski as well.
this is what I mean,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it is quite scary, and I just think to myself,
Mm,
like, it's just I don't know. It's this season for me is
mm.
quite telling. If a lot, I'm just hoping the last day, the last transfer window goes absolutely nuts, and you see players flying about. That's what I'm hoping for.
I reckon it will, man. What we got? What 6 days left? I
Yeah,
reckon. I reckon it's gonna start picking up next couple of days. I reckon there'll be a mad scramble, and this is what I like, man. It's what I
yeah.
like. It's what I like. Big up to Rinser. Rinser says, "Yo, man. Then Liverpool, what a lucky team." Listen, we're gonna see on Sunday, man. So
Lock
let's
a
see.
class,
Let's see what happens because
whatever you want to call it, we win. Whatever you want to call it, we win.
yeah, listen. Let's see what happens, man. Robertson ready for retirement. He reckons as well. Boy, but again, who's Robertson be playing up against? Is it going to be Dowman? Is Robertson even going to start? Actually,
This is the question. This is what I mean. People be like, defensively, Robertson's sound. He just might not
yeah.
get on the field. That's all, which is
Mm,
fair enough. Like, which is fair enough, and I'm not gonna hold that against him. But do you really want? Do you really want? Like, don't get me wrong, because it'll probably be if it's Robertson, it'll
yeah,
probably be what Rio. If Rio plays, it'll be Rio against Timber.
yeah. Rio's not starting that game. I don't think.
No, no,
I mean,
but
if I'm slot, I'm playing him, but I don't think he
yeah,
plays him against. I
no,
think
no,
it will bring him as an impact.
yeah,
Get the crowd up. You know what I mean?
yeah. It'll be that, but again, but for me, the only thing I worry about
Rio
is
versus Dowman. That's what it'll be.
yeah, strength wise, it'll be that. But again, it'll probably be Gakpo. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So to me, it's more
it'll be more or less the same team that played against Newcastle.
yeah, yeah,
I think the one change he might do, I think Szoboszlai plays right back actually against them.
yeah,
I think he'll stay there. I think the one change, if McAllister's fit, probably be McAllister for Curtis Jones.
yeah. I like Curtis Jones, but he just holds on to the ball too long. He's very strong. He's very silky, but there's just there's just like a fine line between. He gets to a point where I'm just like, just fucking pass it, just fucking pass it, and he takes too long. I'm just like, big man, you've lost the ball. Like what? Like what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like what are we doing?
Mm, yeah.
So
I like him though, man. I do think he's a good player, but I think
yeah,
the unfortunate thing for Curtis Jones is that he's got obviously you got Gravenberch in there, and obviously his
yeah,
compatriot is on the slot.
yeah,
McAllister's a top player, so he's going to be a bit part player, but maybe he's happy with that. I don't know, but
yeah, yeah. He's happy
he'll
just to
come in
be.
every now and again, coming from the youth to get game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's happy to be a squad player and do what he's got to do.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I think
And that,
sometimes you need players like that, though. You know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. You need someone that's willing to
Mm,
like a Milner. Milner wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? You just want
yeah.
someone that's happy to be there and happy to be part of the squad and happy to push certain
Mm,
players and like, a bit like Endo. You know what you're gonna get from Endo. He's gonna break the game off. He's gonna foul a few people, get a yellow
yeah.
card every now and then. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Boy,
I mean,
and
I
and
don't.
Endo and his gum shield, man. Whenever I see him in his gum shield, man, I
It's
can't help but just laugh. You know,
it's curtains.
man's got a battery in his back, running around with a gum shield on.
all I'm saying is, all I'm saying is, if it's 2-1 on Sunday and he
He's
comes on,
coming.
it's
He's coming
curtains.
on.
It's curtains. It's
Hey,
curtains, bro.
listen. If Liverpool winning 2-1, yeah, just focus your eyes on that bench, yeah. When Endo's coming on, you know it's a wrap.
Yeah, exactly. You know it's a wrap, bro. No,
Lock the game off.
ain't
Lock it off.
nobody score, ain't nobody
Yeah,
scoring. He's like the man you invite. Do you know the man when you want the rave locked off? He's
yeah.
that man you invite. He's that man you invite because you know you're gonna lock off the rave. Listen, everybody got to go
Trust me.
home.
Everyone's got to go home now, man. There's no one getting in.
Exactly, exactly. That's what he's there for.
Hey, I can't wait for this, man. I hope Arsenal, I hope Liverpool go 2-1 up or 2-0 up, yeah. And when I see Endo coming on, yeah, I'm gonna start crying because
I'm
that guy's
telling you.
running into people with his gum shield on. I'm telling you,
I'm telling you,
it's a
bro.
wrap.
He don't care. He don't care, bro. It's game over.
It's a
What
wrap.
what
Yeah,
happens when
trust
Endo
me.
comes? 35 minutes in, Endo's on. But we got to listen. Forget all of that. Bring Endo on, bro. Let him wrap up the game, bro. It's done. I'm switching off the game after that point. It's done, bro. It's curtains.
It's like
Absolute
there's no
curtains.
point watching, man. This game's done now, man. Him and
Yeah,
his gum shield.
honestly.
Him and his gum shield. But yeah, no, listen, it's gonna be a good game, man. And I think my predictions for that, I'm gonna say, because Liverpool at home, I think 2-1 Liverpool. I think it'd be like a 2-1 game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very close. I will say
Yeah,
that. I will think it's very close. I don't think. I think set piece wise, I think
yeah.
Liverpool. I think Liverpool are a bit more sturdy than most other teams. I think we can cope with a lot.
Yeah.
But I know Arsenal set up for that, and I know that's how good they'll be on set pieces. But I
Mm,
know Liverpool are quite resilient when it comes to stuff like that.
yeah.
Like I know they are very, very resilient. So it's interesting. 1 point though from the Liverpool Newcastle game. Red card, no red card.
Oh yeah. No, listen. It was a red card, man. I think. Did you see Van Dijk's the scars on his leg?
Yeah, yeah,
Like I actually didn't realize that. But to be honest with you, you know what it is, yeah. Anthony Gordon, he's a fool, and I tell you why. Yeah, he's a passion merchant. Yeah, and that tackle on Van Dijk was nothing short of that, and he basically messed up his team by doing that because there
yeah,
was
yeah,
no need to go in like that on Van Dijk, um, and obviously put your team under the cosh really. And again, they done well to get back to 2-2, but I think yeah, there was no need for Gordon to go and do that, and that was nothing short of um of a passion merchant challenge. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And
yeah,
he's now out for what 3 games. They got no striker
yeah.
as it is anyway. I know that Asula come on, but yeah,
Which he
he
does look
challenged.
good. He does look good, Sula. But again, you're losing what you get from Gordon. Do you know what I
I hear it.
mean? You are losing what you get from Gordon. So
Yeah, he's a runner, man. He's a runner, pace merchant,
yeah,
a passion merchant. So
yeah.
yeah, they'll be missing his energy definitely for sure. But bro, you got a question on there. So Decky says, Jonas, Saka or Elliot? I need to hear it again.
We're not going through this.
But
I'm
wait,
picking I'm
wait.
picking Rio every time.
This is subjective, yeah. Because if we're talking about who's the better footballer, it's Harvey Elliott. He's a better footballer than Saka. He is.
His touch, he is class. But the problem, I'll tell you what the
Yeah,
problem is.
but he's a better footballer than Saka. He is. So
The problem is
where are we going
people are
with this?
looking. The people. The problem is when I said that, people were like, "Oh, is Saka world class?" Blah blah, this and that. And I said, if you're going to put Saka in that bracket,
Mm.
you then have to put in Harvey Elliott. Why can't you put him in that? Why can't you put him in that in that bracket?
What bracket is this?
In the world class bracket. That's what they were talking about. So when we had that discussion and we were talking about is Saka.
Saka's not world class, man. Get rid of that. He's not world class. I'm not here for this. He's not world class, man. Come on. If Saka's world class, yeah, then it just shows you that this tag about world class is in the bin. He ain't world class. He's a very good player. Let's just leave it at that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
And that's what all I was saying was that Harvey Elliott, you have to look at what Harvey Elliott's done in terms of what he offers to the game. He might not be starting at Liverpool, but then you have to look at what you have to look at the players that are in that team for Harvey Elliott not to get in that team. Whereas who's Saka competing with really? Like who's Saka competing with really?
But this is the
Wanyeri.
thing. But again, this is why Saka keeps playing every game because if Arsenal had done what they're meant to do in terms of buying, let's say a Mohamed Kudus, Saka don't start every game because Kudus has to play. This is my thing. So the thing is with Arteta, he's not going to buy anyone that's going to be a direct replacement for Saka because he's not gonna want to risk Saka not playing, which is why he bought Madueke because he knows full well Madueke is only going to play if Saka's injured or he doesn't play at all.
But
You know,
again, why would you not want to push? Why would you not want to push Saka to his full potential? And the full potential is I need someone challenging you week in, week out. No matter how good I think you are, I need
yeah.
someone challenging you week in, week out. You look at like I'm not being funny or nothing. You look at Chelsea and you look at their squad and you look at there's challenges in every position, which there is. There is
Mm,
challenges in every position.
yeah.
And as frustrating as it is, like you might not know who's starting, but at the end of the day, like for me, the only name on that team that starts week in week out is Caicedo. Like
Who's that?
Caicedo starts for Chelsea. Yeah,
Chelsea. Yeah,
for
yeah, 100.
Chelsea. Because even now, Cole Palmer was at the team, got injured in the warm up, and they went, "Yeah, we don't need you, rude boy." Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? So to me,
yeah.
it's a case of you look at it and you sort of go, unless your name is the first name on that team sheet, then
You're, yeah.
you're replaceable. So until I eliminate that section of you're not irreplaceable, like for instance, like I can't see a team now without Virgil van Dijk in it.
Yeah. Van Dijk's the key defender, man. He's not the Van Dijk of before,
No,
but
no,
there's
no.
no doubt in when he plays, they're a different team.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
and that's my thing. It's like the whole thing of like now, I don't know, like as good as Salah's been
yeah,
and as great as Salah's been this season, does he then become that same player? Do you know what I mean? Does he then become that same player
yeah,
that is? Do you know what I mean? It for me, it's that. It's that. That's what I'm looking
mm,
at. I'm looking at does he? Does he? And I hope he does. I hope he doesn't. I hope he becomes relentless again. But again, I just wish he had that unselfish thing in him sometimes. And I'm
yeah,
hoping now with his age, he sort of goes, maybe I shouldn't go for that shot. Maybe I should go for it. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Let
yeah.
let me try and
But Harvey Elliott, he's a pass first player. He
yeah,
is. He's a pass first player, and there's nothing wrong with that because there's loads of pass first players. You know, I wish Man United had more pass first players because you create more team goals. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
um, but yeah, no, I think in terms of Saka, I mean, is Saka even better than Dango Utara at Brentford now? Is he better than Utara? You know? Let's be honest. Like Decky said, is he better than Bowen? He's not better than Bowen. He's not. I don't think he is. I think Saka's good, man, but this whole world class nonsense. And as Rinser said, Saka's a baller. How can you create a narrative that he's not world class? He would fit in at Barca, PSG, Bayern Munich, Bayern Madrid easily. So let me nonsense this narrative about him fitting in at those clubs, yeah. So Barcelona, he's not playing. He's not better than Yamal. So that rules Barca out, yeah. PSG, they play with a fluid front three: Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, and Desiree Doué and Barcola. Is he better than Dembele? No. Is he better than Kvaratskhelia? No. Is he on par with Doué and Barcola? You'd probably say yeah, but what would be the point of bringing him in? The only difference is he's left-footed, and that might add a bit more of a different of a point of attack. Yeah, but he
Yeah.
doesn't really go in there and start. Bayern Munich, he's not better than Elise. Let's put that to bed. Yeah. Real Madrid, forget about it. He's not better than Rodrigo. He's not better than Vinny Jr. So this whole thing that Saka's world class and getting to them team, Rinter, wake up, man. Wake up and stop being biased because it's not gonna happen. You know, it's not gonna
and
happen. He
but
suits
again,
Arsenal, and that's all it is.
but again, if he was that world class, why has nobody come in and made a bid like not in a bad way, but
Yeah.
again, if he's that sort of player and he's now at that age, why have the likes of like a Real Madrid or like when Bayern Munich were looking at Elise, why did they
Mm.
not then look at Saka at Arsenal? Do you know
Bro,
what I
you know
mean?
why? You know why?
Because
He's not world class.
but again,
That's why.
but again, you can be tempted by these things. A bit like what Mourinho did at Chelsea when he tried to unsettle Gerrard.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You go in not knowing that, not necessarily knowing that you're going to get this player, but you go in and you try and unsettle. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's just it's the whole thing of like, oh, okay, cool. Like, don't get me wrong, he's a great player, but I
Nah,
personally would
he's not.
say,
He's not a great player, man. Let's change the wording. He's not a great player. He's a very good player. That's it.
but I wouldn't say he's world class.
Nah, listen, man. He's not world class. The thing as well. What I would say when you said about why have those teams not come in for him, I think again those teams wouldn't come in for him because they know that Arsenal are going to ask for a lot of money first off, and it's a thing where Saka's not that good of a player that would just change the fortunes of those teams. Because if you look at those teams, when they come in for the likes of Coutinho and Luis Suarez, like they're coming in for the best players in the world. Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean? When
yeah,
obviously Madrid come in for Ronaldo, performing as the best player in the world. So this is what these teams do. Obviously, Elise had a release clause in his contract at Palace, which meant that, you know, a European team could have got him on the cheap, which is what Bayern did.
Yeah.
In terms of Saka, those teams wouldn't come in for him because it'll cost too much money, and he isn't the level that a lot of obviously the people in the chat, Arsenal fans, think he is, and that's why really. But again, Saka suits Arsenal. He's a loser. They're losers. Like they work hand in hand. Like let's just be honest. You know what I mean?
Calling a spade a spade.
Yeah, there you go, man. There you go. He ain't won nothing, and neither have they. So, oh, sorry, an FA Cup. My bad. You know what I mean? So, but again, that's what it is, man. But this whole world class talk, the fact that we can't even say confidently is he better than Jared Bowen? Yeah, and there's no respect to Bowen, but it just tells you everything, isn't it? So
Yeah.
I ain't really hearing that rubbish about his world class.
Bowen is at his level. He won't be able to step up.
So look, Sham said, would you choose Saka over Yamal, Dembele, Salah? But there you go. The same names that I've just mentioned, yeah? He's not better than either one of them. You know, he's better as a footballer than Salah. But again, Salah's got the numbers. So I'm trying to say to you, man, like this whole Saka's world class. He might be world class to Arsenal. You know what I mean? But again, when you win nothing, he's gonna seem world class. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what it is, man.
Yeah.
Let's go through some of the chat before we wrap, man. Over Salah and Elise, yes, Salah is washed now. To be fair, Salah is washed. I ain't gonna lie, but rumor has it Noni is the Saka replacement. Saka needs to step it up, coming for his check. Is that how bad it's got? Yeah, is that how bad it's got? I mean, Noni Madueke, 52 mil on Madueke, yeah, is
crazy.
That's a daylight robbery, that, man. It's ridiculous, that. Yasin supports Wolves. Yeah, man. Listen, allow you losers to battle it out in the chat, man, because when your team's not winning any trophies, man, we can't be taking it seriously, you know. But guys, listen up, man. Big up yourselves for coming through each and every time. Make sure you smash the like button, guys, and make sure you sub to the channel as well. And again, Jonas is linked to his Instagram is in the description, so make sure you guys go and give him a follow. And yeah, bro, appreciate you coming on again, man.
No, it's always a pleasure. It's always good to catch up and talk about all the nonsense that's going on out there.
Yeah, it's never boring, man. Put it that way. But yeah, no, listen, guys, we're gonna be back obviously same time next Monday. Obviously you couldn't do yesterday, but yeah, obviously every Monday we're gonna obviously chop it up, check to see what the news is saying, and again we got a big game coming up, man. Sunday, Liverpool Arsenal, and obviously we're gonna see if there's certain energy from a certain rinser in the chat. Let's see if he's bringing that same energy next Sunday. But yeah, guys, big up yourselves for coming on. As I said, I'm gonna be back normal time tomorrow at 11:30, and I was gonna do a match reaction to the Man United game, but I ain't doing that to fucking Grimsby, man. I ain't doing that, man. No way. But I do expect a 5-0 scoreline. So yeah, but yeah, I'm back tomorrow at 11:30. And guys, as always, make sure you check out my posts. You know, there's some good posts on there. So yeah, make sure you guys vote on the post. And again, there's one that's come up just recently today at 3:00. You know, who's got the biggest potential between Rio and Gamoa, Max Dowman, Lucas Bergval, William Esteval. So yeah, make sure you guys vote. And as always, make sure you sub to the channel and you smash that like button on the way out. And
share the page.
Again, guys, make sure you share the page, man. So again, if you guys smash the like button, it helps the channel to be seen by more people. So again, if you haven't done that already, make sure you do. And also, guys, as well, make sure you check out I done a podcast a couple of weeks ago, sit down podcast. So I think part 1's out already. So I did post it yesterday. So yeah, it's something a bit different, you know, just talking about just live stuff, So I'm waiting for the other parts to be sent over. So yeah, keep an eye on that one. But yeah, give that a check and let me know what you think. And as I said, appreciate you guys coming on. Big up to all the mods each and every time. And yeah, as I said, I want to catch you guys tomorrow at 11:30. Big up, bro.
Yep.
Nice one.
In
Yeah?
a bit. Nice
Take it
one.
easy, man.
Pleasure.
Later.